Welcome to today's edition of Cloud Adoption New Zealand. Today I'm going to talk about whether you should use multi-cloud or single cloud. And so this is a strategy that really defines the approach you take in cloud. That's a really common thing I see vendors advertising is, you should go multi-cloud and all this. But I think it's really important to, ask that question if you're a CIO or you're a manager of IT and infrastructure. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all approach. So just some thoughts and questions is look for independent advice. Your current vendor may be biased. Do your own research. Just because your mate across the street invested in XYZ cloud provider doesn't mean you have to. Define a set of criteria to measure cloud compatibility. So this is quite important, and you can do things like define a weighting and then rank your cloud providers. If you are the manager of infrastructure, stop assuming that cloud is a like for like. Look at the whole business, so the business as a whole, from business applications to infrastructure. Look at the problems you're trying to solve. Is the software you're using fit for purpose? Is it outdated mail server really needed when you can use there's so many other options out there. Also understand your connectivity options as well as your skills and training, internal training. So if you invest in, say, AWS, Azure and Google Cloud Platform, you're going to have to also invest in the skills for all those platforms, or use outside consultants. You're also going to have to consider network connectivity between each provider in your business. So probably not the best option to go with try to use 3 clouds, try to use one and build out from there. In addition to this, it's almost impossible to run all your core systems across multiple clouds unless your organization has adopted well thought out integration patterns, service layers, and microservices. This is really important. So the other key thing, and an analogy that I can use, is really simple. It's basically plant a seed, water it, and then look at how that tree will grow, and then accommodate working with other technologies. So for example, you start with your single cloud as a strategy, and then use the best of breed and fit for purpose applications that will mold into that. Examples of this are running your core systems in an IaaS provider, so AWS for example, Azure or Google. Then look to connect into identity, SaaS applications, and migrating core data sets to the cloud. Also, look into how well particular technologies run on cloud and the amount of investment each provider has put into certain technologies. Now, also advise you look into a cloud provider that can help you deliver packages of work to your business efficiently. If innovation does not score well for a cloud provider, then I wouldn't look into investing there. I'd invest into one that does. And also, this will help your tree grow a lot faster and a lot better. So thanks for listening, and look forward to feedback as usual. You can just send me a message on LinkedIn, or you can email me, ben@teem.nz. Thank you.